Jada Mitchell, a 32-year-old single mother, was working the afternoon shift at the convenience store near her home. To Jada, this small store was more than just a workplace. It was a place where she found some stability amidst her uncertain life. The flickering fluorescent lights above the aisles, the steady beep of the barcode scanner made the store a small universe of familiarity and calm. She had been working here for 3 years, ever since life got tougher after her breakup with Malik's father. Every day, Jada faced the pressure of finances and the worries about her son's future. But she never complained, because to her, Malik was her greatest motivation. The mid-afternoon hours were her favorite part of the shift. Customers were not too many, just enough to keep her busy without feeling overwhelmed. Malik often came to the store after school, sitting at a small table in the corner to do his homework while waiting for his mother to finish her shift. Jada cherished those moments, watching her son focus on his studies, seeing in him the bright future she always dreamed of for him. That afternoon was just like any other day. Jada was restocking the candy shelf, preparing for the post-work rush. The doorbell chimed, signaling someone had entered. She looked up with her usual polite smile, but immediately froze. In front of her was a tall man wearing a black hoodie and jeans. His hair was a bit tousled, and his face looked tired, but there was an undeniable confidence about him. It was Elon Musk. Jada blinked several times, thinking maybe she was seeing things out of exhaustion. But no. It really was Elon Musk, the man she had only ever seen on TV and in newspapers, the very man her son idolized. He walked into the store naturally, picked up a small shopping basket, and began moving through the aisles, occasionally stopping to examine an item. Jada felt her heart start to beat faster. It wasn't the first time she'd encountered a famous person, but this was Elon Musk, the one Malik always talked about. She felt a mix of surprise and excitement. Trying to stay calm, she continued organizing the candy shelf, telling herself not to overthink it. Elon walked up to the checkout counter with a few simple items: a bottle of water, a bag of trail mix, and a can of energy drink. Jada took a deep breath, putting on a professional smile as she began scanning the items. $8.75, she said, trying to keep her voice steady despite the flutter in her chest. Elon opened his wallet, preparing to take out a credit card, but Jada unexpectedly shook her head. No, she said, her voice filled with determination. She even surprised herself. Elon looked at her, one eyebrow raised in curiosity. Is everything all right? He asked, his eyes fixed on her. No, I can't let you pay, Jada said, feeling her face flush. My son, Malik, is your biggest fan. He talks about you every day, about Tesla, about SpaceX. You've inspired him so much. And this is the least I can do to thank you. Elon tilted his head slightly, looking at her with interest. That's very kind of you, he said, a small smile appearing on his lips. But are you sure? Absolutely, Jada nodded, handing him the bag with his items. This is from my gratitude. Elon paused, his gaze reflecting deep thought. Finally, he nodded and said, Thank you. That's very generous. He paused again before asking, What's your son's name? Malik, Jada answered, her pride evident in her voice. He's 11, and he wants to be an engineer like you. Elon's smile widened. An engineer? Huh? That's a wonderful dream. Does he like building things? All the time, Jada said, her eyes glowing as she thought of her son. He's always taking things apart and putting them back together. Last week, he even made a small robot out of old parts. Elon nodded thoughtfully. Sounds like he's got a bright future ahead of him. The next morning, Jada woke up like any other day. She prepared breakfast for Malik, the warm aroma of freshly made pancakes filling their small kitchen. Malik sat at the kitchen table, busy with his science project, a small robot he was trying to complete. He proudly held up the robot's motor to show his mom. Mom, I made its arm move with a sensor. It's not perfect yet, but I think I'm getting closer. Jada smiled. placing the plate of pancakes on the table. "You're amazing, son. You're getting better every day." Malik beamed, his eyes lighting up as he talked about his invention. "One day, I'll make robots that help people, like in hospitals or schools. Maybe I'll even build rockets like Elon Musk." Jada chuckled, ruffling his hair. "I have no doubt about that." Suddenly, her phone buzzed on the kitchen table. An unfamiliar number appeared on the screen, and although she usually ignored unknown calls, today something made her decide to answer. "Hello?" she said hesitantly. "Hello, Jada." A familiar voice said from the other end. "This is Elon Musk." Jada nearly dropped the phone. "Mr. Musk? Hello. I didn't expect to hear from you again." "I've been thinking about our conversation yesterday," Elon said. "I'd really like to meet Malik. Would it be possible for me to come by today?" Jada felt her knees almost buckle from the shock. You want to meet Malik?" "Only if it's convenient for you," Elon replied, his tone sincere but casual. Jada looked over at Malik, who was still engrossed in working on his robot, completely unaware of what was happening. She could imagine how his face would light up upon hearing the news. "Of course, that would be wonderful," she answered, her voice trembling with emotion. "Great, I'll come by around 3 this afternoon," Elon said cheerfully, looking forward to it. After ending the call, Jada stood still for a moment, phone still in her hand. When the initial shock subsided, she couldn't suppress a smile. "Malik," she called, trying to keep her voice calm. "Guess who's coming to see you today?" Malik looked up, frowning in confusion. "Who? Mom?" "Elon Musk," Jada said, unable to hide the excitement in her voice. The screwdriver in Malik's hand fell onto the table, and he looked at his mom, his eyes wide in disbelief. "Wait, Elon Musk? Are you joking?" "I'm serious," Jada laughed. "He's coming here today to meet you." For a few seconds, Malik just stood there, his mouth open. Then he jumped up, knocking his chair over. "Really? I have to clean my room. Where's my notebook? Oh my gosh, this is crazy." 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Jada and Malik's small apartment was cleaner and brighter than ever. Malik had spent the entire morning and early afternoon cleaning and arranging everything in its proper place. He even neatly displayed his DIY science projects on the living room table. From a simple robot to a solar-powered car he had built from old parts. Jada was no exception. She had changed into a clean shirt and jeans, although she knew Elon wouldn't care about small details like their outfits. Jada wanted everything to be perfect in Malik's eyes. She wanted him to have the best experience possible during this meeting. When the clock struck 3, a knock on the door echoed through the apartment. Jada quickly went to open it, and standing before her was Elon Musk, wearing a navy blue blazer over a simple white shirt. Behind him was a sleek black Tesla parked in front of the building. "Hello, Jada," Elon smiled, holding a small box in his hand. "Thank you for having me over." "Of course. Please come in," Jada said, stepping aside to let Elon in. In the living room, Malik stood frozen in place, his eyes wide and unblinking. You're really Elon Musk?" he asked, his voice trembling with excitement. Elon smiled, walking closer. "That's what people keep telling me," he joked. "And you must be Malik, the future engineer, right?" Malik blushed, giving a shy smile. "Yes, that's me." Elon placed the box on the coffee table and looked around the room. He noticed the science projects Malik had arranged and walked over to them. "Did you make all of these?" he asked, picking up the small robot. Malik nodded. "Yes, this is the robot I made from old toy parts. I'm still trying to make it work more smoothly." Elon bent down, examining the robot closely, gently turning and inspecting each part. "That's impressive. You built this from scratch." "Mostly from old parts and components I found. It's not perfect yet, but I'm trying to improve it," Malik replied, his voice full of enthusiasm. Elon nodded, a proud smile appearing on his face. That's exactly how the best engineers start. You experiment, you fail, and then you improve. That's how innovation happens. Malik looked at Elon, his eyes bright. Really? Did you start like that too? Elon laughed. Absolutely. When I started SpaceX, a lot of people thought I was crazy. They said private companies couldn't make rockets. But my team and I kept going. And now we're sending people to the International Space Station. Elon turned back to the box he had brought with him and opened it. Inside was a miniature model of the Tesla Roadster, exquisitely crafted and shiny. He handed it to Malik and smiled. I thought you might like this gift. This is one of my favorite cars that we've ever made. Malik stared at the model, his eyes wide with amazement. This is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Thank you so much. Jada watched from the kitchen, a sense of indescribable emotion welling up inside her. Seeing Malik so happy, hearing Elon encourage him about his dreams. It felt as though all the struggles she had faced were suddenly worth it. Elon sat down next to Malik, and they began talking about everything, from robots to space travel. Malik brought out his sketches, showing off his homemade car models and his bold ideas for the future. Elon looked at them, listened intently, and offered helpful advice. Small tips on problem solving and how to stay motivated during tough times. While Elon and Malik were chatting, Jada couldn't help but think about the hardships she had endured. Being a single mother had never been easy, especially when she had to work tirelessly to provide for both of them. She remembered the sleepless nights, worrying about money, Malik's education, and all the sacrifices she had made to ensure her son had a better life. But now, seeing Malik meeting his idol, being encouraged and supported, she felt as if all her efforts were being rewarded. A sense of pride and relief filled her heart, making her realize that every sacrifice was worth it. After chatting with Malik for a while, Elon turned to Jada, his eyes showing a serious expression. Jada, I have to say, your son has incredible potential. I've rarely seen anyone with such passion and determination. Jada smiled, thanking him for the compliment, but Elon wasn't finished. He looked into her eyes and said, I want to do something to help. I want to make sure Malik has the opportunity to develop his potential without worrying about financial barriers. Jada was a bit taken aback. She wasn't sure what he meant. What do you mean? I want to sponsor Malik's college tuition, Elon said, his voice gentle but determined. I don't see this as charity. I see it as an investment in someone with remarkable potential. For a few seconds, the room fell silent. Jada couldn't believe what she had just heard. Her eyes widened, tears welling up from the emotion. Are you serious? You're going to help Malik go to college? Elon nodded, his smile warm. Yes, I am. I believe that with the right guidance and education, Malik can accomplish extraordinary things. Malik, sitting beside them, was equally in disbelief. Mom, is he really talking about college? Jada looked at her son, her eyes full of pride and emotion. Yes, sweetheart, college. Malik turned to Elon, his voice trembling with emotion. Thank you, Mr. Musk. I promise I won't let you down. Elon placed a hand on the boy's shoulder, nodding encouragingly. I know you won't let me down. The world needs dreamers like you. Malik, never stop dreaming big. After Elon left, Jada and Malik stood watching the black Tesla disappear from view. Jada's heart felt lighter, as if she had just shed the burden of years of struggle. Tears of happiness rolled down her cheeks. What do you think about all of this? Jada asked, her voice still trembling with emotion. Malik hugged his mother tightly, his eyes shining with joy. Mom, I don't know what to say. This feels like a dream. I promise you, I will do my best. I won't let you or Mr. Musk down. Jada nodded, gently stroking her son's head. I know you will, my son. That night, Malik hugged the Tesla model Elon had given him, lying on his bed and falling asleep with a smile on his face. Jada sat by his bedside, watching him sleep. She couldn't stop thinking about what had happened. about the fateful encounter with Elon Musk. Sometimes, miracles come from the simplest and most sincere actions. And this time, that miracle had changed her and Malik's lives forever. A few weeks after their meeting with Elon Musk, Jada and Malik's lives had changed significantly. Jada continued working at the convenience store, but her worries about her son's future had been replaced by a powerful sense of hope. Malik, encouraged by Elon Musk's promise, began delving deeper into the fields of engineering and science, spending his days learning and creating. One weekend morning, Jada and Malik received a call from Elon Musk. He invited the two of them to visit Tesla and SpaceX headquarters. Malik jumped with joy. He couldn't believe he would have the opportunity to see the electric cars and rockets that Mr. Musk had told him about. That day, Jada and Malik boarded a special car arranged by Tesla to take them to the headquarters. It was Malik's first time seeing the modern buildings of SpaceX, places he had only seen on TV. Jada, too, couldn't help but feel emotional, knowing that today would be one of the most memorable days for her son. Elon personally welcomed them, introducing Malik to the projects Tesla and SpaceX were working on. Malik could hardly contain his amazement and excitement as he asked question after question about engineering and technology. Elon and his engineers patiently answered each one. After the tour, Elon took Malik into a special lab where engineers were working with the most advanced equipment. Malik's eyes widened as he saw the parts of a Tesla car being assembled and tested. The automated equipment, the robotic arms moving around, all of it opened up a whole new world before his eyes. Elon took the time to talk privately with Malik, sharing with him the importance of continuing to learn and never giving up in the face of challenges. He told Malik about his own failures, moments when everything seemed to fall apart, but how he persevered and kept moving forward. "I know you have the potential, Malik. I see the passion in your eyes. The most important thing is to always believe in yourself. Never stop learning, and stay curious. I'm sure that one day you'll achieve great things," Elon said, his eyes full of sincere encouragement. Malik couldn't hold back his emotions. "Thank you, Mr. Musk. I'll always remember your words, and I'll do my best." While Malik was focusing on his studies and developing his passion, Jada was also striving to improve their lives. She decided to enroll in an evening course at the community center, hoping to develop new skills and find better job opportunities. Working at the convenience store still demanded a lot of Jada's time and energy. The evening classes made her tired, but Jada knew it was necessary if she wanted to provide Malik with a better life. On late nights, after finishing her shift and returning from class, Jada would sit at the kitchen table, watching Malik engrossed in his science projects, and she felt that all her efforts were worthwhile. Malik also started participating in science competitions at school. He wanted to challenge himself and see how far he had come. The new challenges didn't discourage him. Instead, they made Malik even more determined. He stayed up late to complete sketches, set up, and test his robots, all for one purpose: to fulfill his dream. A few months later, Malik participated in his school's science creativity competition, bringing the robot he had spent weeks improving. It was a major competition with many students from different schools in the area. Malik looked around, seeing the impressive devices and projects from his peers, and a sense of nervousness began to grow. But Jada was there, standing by Malik's side, holding his hand tightly. "You've done your best, and I'm proud of you. Don't worry about the outcome. Just show what you have," Jada said, her voice gentle yet firm. Malik nodded, took a deep breath, and stepped forward to present his project. He explained how his robot worked and how he had crafted the parts using simple materials. The audience, including the judges and other students, was highly impressed with his skills. When the results were announced, Malik won first place. He couldn't believe his ears. His eyes widened, tears streaming down his face as Jada hugged her son tightly. Her voice choked with emotion. "I knew you could do it." Elon also sent his congratulations to Malik through a recorded video. He emphasized that this success was just the beginning and that Malik needed to continue learning and growing. After the success of the competition, Malik received invitations to join several scholarship programs in engineering and science. He began preparing his applications for prestigious universities, where he could further pursue his passion. Jada and Malik worked together on the applications, writing essays, and preparing for the new challenges ahead. One afternoon, Jada received a letter from a prestigious university. Her hands trembled as she opened the envelope, and when she read that Malik had been accepted with a full scholarship, she burst into tears of happiness. Malik stood beside her, speechless, simply embracing his mother. On his first day entering the university gates, Malik felt like he was stepping into a dream. He turned back to look at his mother. Seeing her standing there, her eyes filled with pride and love, Malik held his mother's hand and said, "Thank you, Mom, for everything you've done for me. I'll never forget it." Jada smiled, tears streaming down her face. "I've always believed in you, Malik. Keep moving forward and chasing your dreams, and I'll always be here cheering you on." Malik looked at the campus entrance, where towering buildings and hundreds of students bustled around. He knew that the road ahead would not be easy, but he was ready, because he had his mother, Elon Musk, and the belief that his dreams could come true. For Malik, it wasn't just the first step toward a promising future. It was a promise to himself to always dream big, to never give up, and to become someone who brings change to the world, just like the person he once idolized.